The cold bit through Cora Vance's armor, sharper than it had any right to be. Narthix 4 wasn't just dead, it had forgotten how to be alive. The wind howled outside the shattered dome above, whispering ancient warnings through broken stone and flickering alien glyphs. "We're beneath the central crypt," Cora said, voice low. Her breath fogged her visor. "Readings show something biological. Still active." Private Yell groaned. "I swear, if it's another tentacle plant, I'm quitting space." They moved deeper into the chamber. The Terran lights cast long shadows across ribbed, black walls. Everything around them pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat buried under rock. Cora's pulse matched it, faster now. Then the walls shifted. Not movement. Not wind. Breathing. Movement. Corporal Dre shouted, swinging his rifle. "Dead ahead." Cora raised a hand. "Hold." Her HUD showed it too, a life form, massive, dormant, but waking. They hadn't triggered it. Something else had. A low, grinding rumble rolled through the ground. Then the voice echoed through the hall, amplified by a device, cold, arrogant, unmistakably Zentari. "Lower your weapons, Terrans. You've stumbled into my excavation." A team of Zentari soldiers emerged from the shadows, sleek armor humming with plasma current. At their head stood Commander Thes Kryll, tall and gleaming, his 4 eyes narrowed with disdain. "Commander Kryll," Cora said evenly. "This moon is neutral ground under the Galactic Archaeological Accord." He sneered. "I don't recognize your authority. Nor will the Threxel." Her breath caught. Threxel. That was the name whispered in fringe science reports. Weapons. Beasts. Biological monarchs of war, designed by a long-dead civilization. The stories were disjointed and hushed. No one had seen one. Kryll gestured sharply. From behind him, walls folded open, revealing a cocoon the size of a small dropship. It pulsed with greenish veins and bioluminescent cracks. Inside it, something immense shifted. "I present Threxel 7, Kryll said, his voice almost reverent. "A war creature engineered to obey its master's genetic command." "And you think you're its master?" Cora asked. Kryll smirked. "I am the master. Watch." The cocoon split open with a wet crack. A wave of heat and stench spilled out. And then it emerged, on 6 legs, plated in bone, its head crowned with bioluminescent horns. 2 black eyes locked on them. It towered over the soldiers, armored and ancient. The Zentari soldiers stepped back as it inhaled. The creature's chest expanded like a lung preparing to scream. "Devour them," Kryll commanded, his voice amplified across the chamber. The Threxel crouched. Cora raised her weapon, uselessly. Time slowed. She braced for impact. Death. Crushing. But the creature didn't leap. It turned. And knelt. Right in front of her. The floor cracked beneath its massive limbs. Its horns dipped low. Its eyes, bottomless pools of memory, locked on hers. Not hostile. Not angry. Submissive. A silence fell over the chamber like a dropped veil. Kryll's face twisted. "No," he hissed. "Obey me. I carry the Velkrith signature." The Threxel didn't even glance at him. Cora stepped back, stunned. "What is this?" The answer wasn't spoken. It arrived, inside her mind. "Your scent remembers mercy." She froze. Her team stared at her. "What did you say?" Dre asked. I didn't," Cora muttered. "It spoke to me. In my mind." The creature didn't move, just watched her, breathing slowly, like it was waiting for something. Yell raised his rifle. "Is it controlling you?" "No. It's reading me." Kryll snapped, voice shaking now. "Kill the human. Take her blood, we'll rewrite the bonding code." One of his soldiers lunged. The Threxel moved like thunder. Its claw lashed out, faster than anything that massive had a right to move. The Zentari attacker was crushed mid-sprint, armor cracking like a dropped egg. A single swipe. One body down. Dre swore. It's protecting her. Cora didn't understand it. Her fingers twitched on the trigger, instincts screaming run. But something older whispered, stay. Kryll's voice cracked as he backed away. This is impossible. No Terran could possess the Velkrith key. The Threxel rumbled again, another pulse into her mind, deeper this time. You spared the dying once. That echo remains. A memory flickered, dust, blood, and a wounded enemy child on Rygor 7. She had disobeyed a direct kill order. The child had cried, and Cora had lowered her gun. Just one moment of mercy. One act. And the creature remembered that. Suddenly, lights along the chamber's walls began to glow, glyphs activating, humming to life. The ruins weren't dead. They were listening. Cora turned to her team. We need to fall back. Now. But it's not attacking. Yell said. Exactly. And if that changes, we won't survive it. The Threxel stood again, slowly. The chamber groaned under its weight. Kryll hissed. This isn't over, human. Cora gave him a hard look. It just might be for you. She backed away, the Threxel matching her movements like a shadow. Not tethered, not commanded. But following. As if it had made a choice. As the team retreated, deeper into the ruins, Cora looked back once. The creature remained there, watching, still, its chest rising like a sleeping god. Whatever it was. It had just chosen her. The tunnels beneath Narthix 4 twisted like a forgotten artery system, organic in shape, unnatural in material. The deeper Cora and her team moved, the more the walls pulsed with faint light, reacting to their presence. The Threxel followed behind, silent, each step sending soft tremors through the ground. They hadn't spoken in 10 minutes. The creature's presence made every breath heavier. It didn't growl. It didn't snarl. But it watched. Always watched. Every movement of Cora's team was measured against it, every motion calculated to avoid provocation. Dre finally broke the silence. Still can't believe it bowed to you. It's not loyalty, Cora muttered. It's something else. Recognition. Like it's seen something in me. Yell kept his rifle ready. If it turns, I shoot. Then we all die, Dre said flatly. Fast. They stopped near a collapsed biochamber. Ancient glyphs lined the curved walls, faintly glowing as they approached. Cora moved closer. The symbols pulsed in rhythm with her presence. It's reacting to you, Dre said. Not us. Just you. Cora reached out, brushing her gloved fingers over the glyphs. Suddenly, the wall shimmered and projected a holographic stream, images of Velkrith scientists working on massive pods, their hands glowing with interface energy. Threxel forms floated in biotanks, restrained but awake. Symbols scrolled beneath the images, ancient script paired with genetic helixes and emotional markers. One symbol flickered brighter than the others. Cora tilted her head. This one keeps repeating. She reached toward it. The Threxel growled, soft, not aggressive. Warning. Cora hesitated. You don't want me touching it? A voice filled her mind again, calmer than before. That is the seal of origin. Those who bore mercy were encoded into us. Encoded how? She whispered. Memory resonance. The imprint of choice. Not bloodline, not command, essence. Yell frowned. You're saying it chooses based on memories? Cora turned to her team. These weren't just weapons. They were built to decide who deserved their allegiance, based on intent. Not DNA. Dre looked toward the Threxel. So, what did you do to earn it? Cora exhaled slowly. Years ago, on Rygor 7, during a failed op. We raided a bunker. found civilians. One was a child, wounded. The order was clear, no witnesses. She paused. I didn't pull the trigger. The silence returned, but it wasn't cold this time. The team just stared at her, expressions unreadable. The Threxel spoke again. That act echoes in your scent. That scent woke me. Cora looked back toward the projection. That explains why Kryll couldn't control it. He thinks power is inherited. Dre grunted. He's a Dominion supremacist. They believe only engineered blood deserves authority. Kryll's going to come for this creature again, Yell muttered. He won't accept being rejected. He's not just coming for the beast, Cora replied. He's coming for me. Behind them, the floor shuddered. A side corridor groaned open. The air shifted, hot, sour. Cora spun, rifle raised. Too late. A scream echoed, followed by footsteps, dozens. A plasma flare arced across the tunnel. Kryll's soldiers were coming. Move! Cora shouted. Back through the secondary breach. They sprinted through the corridor. The Threxel moved beside her, its body coiling to shield them from fire. A bolt struck its flank and fizzled, leaving no mark. Explosions chased them through collapsing halls. They emerged in an overgrown chamber, roots and fleshy vines hanging from the ceiling. The creature stopped abruptly, nostrils flaring. What is it? Cora asked. Then she saw him, her teammate, Dr. Helm, slumped in the corner, gagged, barely conscious. A black needle was embedded in his neck, glowing with Centauri biotech. Dre cursed. DNA override injection. Cora's stomach turned. They're trying to imprint Kryll's genetic command onto him, see if it tricks the Threxel. Helm looked up weakly. It burns. The creature roared, not in anger, but in pain. Its body convulsed. It fell to one knee, claws scraping the stone. Light flickered from its chest, warping erratically. Yell raised his weapon. We have to put it down. No, Cora said firmly, stepping between him and the creature. We don't fight it. We help it. Cora. It's being overridden. Like a virus. We stop the signal. She knelt beside Helm and yanked the needle out. Instantly, the glow faded. Helm gasped, collapsing. The Threxel staggered, its breathing ragged. Then it looked up, at her. You shield even now, from pain. You defy your own kind to protect mine. Cora nodded. Because you chose to spare me first. The beast rose, unsteady but upright. The walls of the chamber lit again, this time, warm gold. Another glyph appeared on the ground beneath Cora. This one pulsed in sync with her heartbeat. What is that? Dre asked, awed. The Threxel's voice returned. The bond is sealed. Behind them, footsteps echoed again. Cora stood, turned to her team. We've got to end this. If Kryll gets another chance. He won't, Dre said. Not while that thing's on your side. Yell gave a shaky nod. Yeah. Just, promise it won't eat me. Cora offered a wry smile. Only if you shoot first. As they prepared to move, the Threxel stepped forward, opening a new passage in the wall with a screech of metal and stone. The ruins were still alive, still responding, to her. Cora looked back once more at the creature, then pressed forward into the dark. Whatever came next, the rules had changed. And she wasn't alone anymore. The tunnel opened into a final chamber, vast, circular, and quiet as the inside of a tomb. The air hung heavy, soaked in the coppery tang of bioreactive gel. Spires of organic metal reached from floor to ceiling, pulsing with dormant energy. Cora stepped in first, weapon lowered. Behind her, the Threxel moved slower now, its body twitching from the override shock. She felt its weight in the air, like standing next to a volcano that hadn't decided if it would erupt or collapse. Dre muttered, this place, it's a control room. Glyphs line the walls like constellations. A raised platform stood at the center, ringed by decaying thrones shaped for beings far taller than humans. This was where Velkrith ruled. Korra could feel it: command, creation, judgment, everything had radiated from this room. Then the chamber lit up. A screech of energy. Thes Kryll emerged from a side passage, flanked by 4 armored Zentari. His expression was no longer calm, it was hunger-laced with fury. "You've led it here." "Perfect," he hissed. "The original throne of bonding. All I need is one trigger to overwrite the link." Korra raised her pistol. "You'll have to step over a body first." Thes smirked. "Gladly." He activated a device clutched in his palm. The chamber trembled. The Threxel shrieked, a sound that shook the marrow of her bones. It fell to the floor, convulsing violently. Its armor split at the seams, flesh warping beneath. "No!" Korra shouted. "Stop it!" "You don't understand," Thes snapped. "This creature isn't your pet. It's a weapon meant to obey power. Your bond is a glitch. I'm restoring the original protocol." The Threxel's body began to change. Its limbs stretched unnaturally, plates snapping apart. Horns retracted, replaced by sharpened, blade-like growths. The creature was mutating, turning into a mindless execution engine. Dre opened fire on the control beacon in Thes's hand. The shot missed by a hair. Thes raised a shield. "I won't let you twist it," Korra growled, and sprinted. She collided with Thes mid-sentence, driving them both to the ground. The device clattered away. Korra reached for it, but Thes caught her by the throat. "You think mercy makes you strong?" he spat. "It makes you weak." Korra slammed her knee into his chest and rolled free. Dre grabbed the beacon and crushed it underfoot. A silence followed. Then, a scream. But not from the Threxel. From Thes. He dropped to his knees, eyes wide, clutching his head. What is this?" The creature rose, halfway transformed, caught between fury and clarity. Its glow flickered like a dying fire. Korra stepped forward. "I'm here," she whispered. "I know it hurts. But listen to me. You're not a weapon. You chose." No response. She took another step, hand outstretched. "Look at me. You saw me." The Threxel's head turned. Slowly. Its mind pressed against hers like a tidal wave barely held back. "Pain, noise, break, can't hold." Korra dropped her pistol and walked closer. "Then take mine. Anchor to it." She pulled the Neuralink stim from her belt, an experimental field tech designed to share thoughts across species. Not stable. Not safe. But it was all she had. She pressed it to her neck. A sharp stab. Her world fractured. And then she wasn't standing in the chamber anymore. She was inside a storm. Memories not her own flooded in, clashes on shattered planets, skies torn by fire, voices screaming in languages older than Earth. She saw the Threxel's first kill, its creators whispering into its blood, their disappointment when it spared a wounded enemy. Saw it locked in a pod, punished for empathy, for defiance. Alone for centuries. But it also saw her. A little girl scraping food for a starving animal. A cadet breaking protocol to help a dying enemy. A soldier haunted by choices no one else would understand. Then. Peace. The storm calmed. The chamber returned. The Threxel stood fully still now, its form stabilized. Armor closed like petals around its body. Its eyes dimmed, but clear. Korra collapsed to her knees, chest heaving. Dre rushed forward. "Korra!" She waved him off. "I'm fine. Just tired." Thes staggered backward, eyes wide with fear now. No, you can't control it." Korra stood slowly. "I didn't. I connected." The Threxel turned its head to Thes, and for the first time, it growled. Then it leapt. In a flash of motion, Thess was crushed beneath an avalanche of bone and rage. A sickening crunch echoed through the chamber. No screams. No warning. Just silence. When the dust settled, all that remained was a broken cloak and shattered arrogance. The Threxel stepped back, body humming low with residual heat. It looked at Cora once more, then lowered itself, slowly, like a mountain bowing to wind. Free, at last. Then its core dimmed. Its breathing slowed. Its head dipped, and didn't rise again. No, wait, Cora whispered, rushing forward. Please, stay with me. One awakened, more may follow. You reminded us. And then it was gone. Still. A shell of loyalty and history, finally at rest. Hours later, the Terran team stood aboard the evac ship. The ruins behind them sealed as if they'd never opened. Cora sat in silence, her hand resting on a charred piece of the Threxel's outer shell. A relic. A memory. Dre approached, holding a datapad. You should see this. Signals across 5 dead systems just activated. Bioforms similar to Threxel, waking up. Cora looked up slowly. One message repeated on every screen. The Sen has returned. Who carries it? She smiled faintly. Guess the galaxy's about to find out. The stars outside shimmered cold and detached as the Terran ship broke orbit. Narthic's force shrank behind them, a forgotten speck in a dark system no one had cared about, until now. Cora sat alone in the debriefing chamber, stripped of her armor, neural stim patch still healing on her neck. The overhead lights buzzed quietly. Her reflection in the steel wall looked tired, but there was something new in her eyes, certainty wrapped in quiet dread. The datapad on the table blinked again. Incoming signal, origin unknown. Message repeating. She tapped it. A voice, faint, distorted, but alive. The scent has returned. We await. A knock at the door broke the silence. Dre stepped in, carrying 2 mugs of synth CAF. You look like hell, he said, offering her one. Cora accepted it. Feels worse. My skull's still humming. You linked minds with a bioweapon engineered to kill gods. What did you expect, a thank you card? She managed a small smile. I don't think it knew how to thank. Just, how to stop. He leaned against the wall. We've picked up similar broadcasts from 5 systems. Same phrase. Same signal structure. Something big is stirring. It's not just one creature anymore, Cora said. That link, it didn't just awaken Threxel 7. It was a key. Dre nodded. Command's worried. If more of these things wake up and pick sides. They will pick sides, Cora interrupted. That's the point. They were made to choose based on memory resonance. Intent. Not species. You're saying they won't follow orders. They'll follow truth. Dre rubbed his face. That's worse. She stood, moving to the window, gazing at the stars like they'd just changed shape. Maybe they had. Have we picked up any others? She asked. 2 confirmed. 1 in the Reagan Drift. 1 near Helix 5. Both active. No casualties reported. No casualties, she asked, surprised. They're just standing still. Waiting. Cora turned. Waiting for me. The next jump brought them to Helix 5, a fractured planet with surface scars from 1,000 years of failed terraforming. The atmosphere was barely breathable. The mission was strictly observation. But as their dropship descended through dusty clouds, the creature came into view, stationary in the center of a collapsed research dome. A hulking silhouette, even bigger than Threxel 7. Its horned crest was cracked. Patches of armor were missing. It looked like it had waited an eternity to be found. Cora stepped out, helmet sealed, heart hammering. The creature didn't move. She walked slowly across the broken ground. Each step echoed like a drumbeat. Then it turned its head. No growl. No threat. Only recognition. She stopped 10 meters away. The air buzzed with tension. Her neural patch tingled. You carry the scent, the creature said. Not spoken, just received. You mourn one of us. Yes, she answered quietly. He chose peace. I honored that. It lowered itself, massive legs folding beneath its body. Then we choose you. Her throat tightened. Why me? The creature rumbled low, like a dying storm. Because your kind forgot, but you remembered. Behind her, Dre and the landing team stood frozen. One wrong move, and this thing could flatten the entire site. But it didn't. Cora stepped forward, reaching out. No stim. No tech. Just her hand, unloved now, resting on rough, cracked armor. The moment contact was made, the entire dome pulsed. Ruins lit up. Data streams danced across fractured walls. This creature wasn't a beast. It was a library. It had recorded everything. Cora's visor fed the stream to command: Velkrith history, war logs, biological maps, failed peace accords. All of it embedded in the creature's mind. Thousands of years of silence, she whispered. And you remembered everything. The creature's breath warmed her suit. You will speak for us. When the time comes. What time? She asked. But the creature said no more. Back on the ship, the flood of data overwhelmed their servers. AI systems struggled to catalog the ancient information, some of which predated known galactic civilizations. News spread fast. Every major faction demanded an audience. Earth's diplomatic lines burned with coded requests, warnings, threats. Cora sat in the observation lounge, a cold drink untouched beside her. Yell plopped into the seat across from her. So, no pressure or anything, but you're apparently the ambassador to ancient death beasts now. She gave a tired chuckle. Ambassador. That's generous. What now? She exhaled. We prepare. If more wake up, the galaxy's going to panic. Dre joined them, dropping a file onto the table. Already has. The Zentari are claiming the Velkrith tech as their inheritance. They're rallying fleets. They won't get far, Cora said. These creatures can't be commanded. Yell leaned forward. But they can be inspired, right? She looked up at him. And nodded. 2 weeks later, Cora stood aboard a Terran flagship orbiting Reagan Drift. 10 more Threxel had awakened. None attacked. All waited. Cora approached the platform, her voice steady through the open broadcast. This is not a call to war. It's a call to truth. Across the galaxy, millions listened. Soldiers. Scientists. Civilians. You were built for destruction, and yet you remembered mercy. That means you're more than weapons. And so are we. The creatures bowed as one. A signal echoed through the stars. Then we stand with you. And for the first time in galactic history, the monsters chose humanity.